show that x minus 2 is a factor of f of x is equal to 12x cubed minus 25x squared minus 4x plus 12. Hence, show that f of x can be written as a product of three linear factors. So, if x minus 2 is a factor of f of x, then f of 2 by the remainder theorem will be equal to 0. That means if we substitute 2 in here, we should get 0. So we've got to show that. So f of 2 is going to be 12 times 2 cubed minus 25 times 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 12. And then why you take 2 and not minus 2 is it's whatever will make that bracket equal to 0. Obviously 2 will make that bracket 0. So working that out, 12 times 2 cubed is 96. 25 times 2 squared is, so it's minus 100, minus 8 plus 12, and that gives me an answer of 0. And then don't forget to say, hence, x minus 2 is a factor. Right, in order to find the other two linear factors, we're going to use polynomial division. So I'm going to do x minus 2 into 12x cubed minus 25x squared minus 4x plus 12. You should make sure before you do this, that you should lay it out properly and leave plenty of space. So the first thing we're going to do is 12x cubed divided by x, which gives me 12x squared, and then we do 12x squared times x, which gives me 12x cubed, 12x squared times minus 2, which gives me minus 24x squared. Do a subtraction, nothing from here. Minus 25 minus 24 gives me minus x squared. And now we bring down the minus 4x. Right, the next thing we're going to divide is minus x squared by x, which gives me minus x. And then we do minus x times minus x times plus x, which gives me minus x squared. And then minus x times minus 2x gives me plus 2x. That's very careful that you get the sign correct there. Now we do a subtraction. We get nothing from here. Minus 4x minus 2x gives me minus 6x. And now we bring down the 12. And the next thing we're going to do, divide, is minus 6x by x, which gives me minus 6. Minus 6 times x gives me minus 6x. Minus 6 times minus 2 gives me plus 12. When we do the final subtraction, we should get nothing. We know that because we knew that x minus 2 was a factor. So, hence, my cubic is going to be x minus 2 times this. So, 12x cubed minus 25x squared minus 4x plus 12 is x minus 2 times 12x squared minus x minus 6. So, the next step is to factorize the quadratic. So, one way to factorize this quadratic is the product is 12 times minus 6. 12 times minus 6, which gives me minus 72. And the sum is going to be minus 1. So we want two numbers. When we multiply them together, we get minus 72. And the sum is minus 1. These are called the factors. So obviously it's going to be minus 9 and 8. Minus 9 times 8 gives me minus 72. Minus 9 plus 8 gives me minus 1. So we now take our quadratic and 12x squared and split it up into minus 9x plus 8x minus 6, because that's what it was here. And now we group the first two terms together and take out the factorise fully. So the common factor is 3x. So 3x comes out and we're going to be left with 4x minus 3. Bring down whatever sign is here, so it's plus, and then group the next two terms together and then factorise out fully, which is just going to be a 2, and then we're going to get left with 4x minus 3 again. Notice here and here we have the same thing, and that will always happen if you do this correctly. So we now take that out as a common factor, so we get 4x minus 3, and we're left with 3x plus 2. So we've now factorised the quadratic. So now the cubic, 12x cubed minus 25x squared minus 4x plus 12, will be x minus 2, just writing things in the right order, 3x plus 2 times 4x minus 3. It doesn't matter which order that you actually write those down. So this is now product of three linear factors. Okay, this has been a video to show you how to factorize a cubic function or cubic expression using the remainder theorem and factor theorem. I hope you've understood, and I thank you very much for watching.